All right, welcome to video number 8 on this series for this garage and apartment. I'm going to I'll do a recap right from when we put down the forms through. I won't do a lot of time on that, and then we'll do the finish up work here, putting in the garage door, finishing off the divider wall between the apartment and the garage. This last video had a lot of comments about using a roofing nailer for vinyl siding. Years ago, I had bought an adapter for this and tried it, and it just didn't seem to line up right. We were constantly just pulling nails. It's a bit of a different shape, so it doesn't really fit easily, so that you can just put it and nail it. So we're just going the old-fashioned way, nailing it off. They're marking lines on the siding right now, so we can nail into the studs. All right, hope you enjoy this video. Thanks. So I'm putting up one more full sheet of plywood. Let's take a look at this. Can you see that? A personally autographed sheet of plywood showing futures price of 2021. We're, let's see, almost August. It's the end of July. And currently, 5/8 CDX plywood is $52 today. That's what it is on July 27th, I'm sorry. So 7/27/21. Ken's Carpentry was here. 2x4 8 spruce plywood. Let's put that down. 2x4. Look at that. I got a mistake on camera. Put it up here. 2x4x8 spruce. $5.22. It stayed level this week. It didn't go down again. It had gone down 3 weeks in a row. Didn't happen this week. Anyway, we're going to nail this baby down, and it'll be here. Pretty sure it won't be me that tears it up 20 years down the road. So let's do it. We still have to put up handrails all around the sides and on the end. So these guns, when you hear that wind up, it's actually like a, what do you call it, a gyroscope. So it's to turn it, it's a little, it's hard to turn. Kind of cool. Simple things for simple minds. Okay, we'll be cutting this truss out all the way back and headering that off, supporting all of that, and then we'll put stairs that come up into here. This is kind of a big deal. We are dividing off the apartment from the garage. Pretty cool. Shove the top to me just a pinch. Yep. Yep. Wow, look at that. That goes pretty quick that way. It's pretty cool. We'll put the door in after we get that last piece in. Woohoo! Chad, the master of all cutting, is going to cut that sheet, and then we'll throw it on. All right, we'll cut that out, and we have a passageway to the apartment. Okay, so we'll put that door in. We'll also put the lock set on. There's 3 doors in this particular building. So we got 3 lock sets. They're all keyed alike. So it takes 1 key just to open all of them. Much more handy than 3 separate keys. Do a quick walkthrough of installing a lock set. Lock set parts. They always send spare parts that you don't need. Sometimes they'll send 2 of these, and if you notice, one has square edges, one has rounded. So you just look and see what this is like, and it's rounded, so you won't use that. The only other thing you'll use in here is screws. They send this. It's really a lock. It opens a lock for an interior passage lock set. Never use that. This is for a different, if the door hole is different size and you need to change that, which we don't. Set that in there nice and snug. So we'll be putting shims in at some point soon to secure the door, but I always put the lock set in. Okay. That's for the jamb. Now we'll take these parts and work on the door part itself. All right. First thing we put in, that fits really nice. It's going to lock from out there, so we'll put the locking part out there. Now we have to start these screws. They're sometimes a little difficult to find that spot. Be real careful you don't cross thread these. Let's check the key, make sure it works. All right, we'll see if the door is shut and latch. Nobody can get in, all right. There you go, that easy. Nice fit. Perfect. One other thing we do when we're done with the keys, we put all the keys in the same place so that they have all 3 sets for all 3 doors. And now to finish installing the door, it takes 2.5-inch screws that go here to secure that. And I guess I'm going to complain. Brosco, we got the hardware for the other 2 doors, not this one. More often than not, we don't get the hardware. I don't know where it goes. Some elf must have them. So we have to run around, we have to find screws, we have to make phone calls, It's like, what the world? It says right on the instructions, these are included. And it's usually this is usually, when they include them, they're stapled to the top. There's no staple in there, so it was never put on. So I've got to round up a couple of screws. Okay, I found a couple of good screws. One thing we always check is the opening. Make sure it's the same all the way around. Sometimes you'll see the jamb bowed in or bowed out, so it's not even. This is, right now it's set really well. It shuts real nicely and latches. So we'll be putting a shim here to firm this up so it doesn't move in or out. And we'll put one at the top hinge and one at the bottom hinge, cedar shims, to secure everything. So I usually start over here. I always check, make sure it still latches after each one. Okay. Now we'll do one over here. You can just take a utility knife and cut those off. This one I always put in behind the weather stripping, just so you don't see a screw, because it'll bother somebody when they try to take it out and they'll say, "Where's that screw?" There, let's see that. All right, done. So we'll cut these off and the door is installed. Today we're putting in the stairs. So the first thing you have to do is find out the overall height. And it's exactly 105 inches. So then we find out what the rise needs to be based on that. And it worked out 8 inches and maybe a 32nd would be the right amount. That's kind of on the steep side. Typically stair risers are between 7 and 8 inches. But because it's just a storage area and we're tight back to the corner, we're going to go with 8 inches. I wanted to point out these stair riser and treads. So the tread is 9 inches. The riser is 8 inches this way. For the very first step, you always subtract 1.5 inches. So it's only 6.5 inches on the very bottom, because when you add the tread, it puts you back up to 8, and then they will all progressively go at 8 inches. So we're going to cut those out now. Okay, we'll see if this bad boy fits. Bad boy. Set that there for a second. Got the level. So what we're going to want is from the top of the floor to the very top tread, we're going to want 9.5 inches, because there'll be 1.5 inches of stair tread on top of that, which will make it 8 inches. Okay, you can't see this, but it is right here is 9.5 inches, as it's supposed to be. Too bad you can't see the bubble, but it's right on. Perfect. The P word. Okay, so we'll use this one as a template to cut out the other one. And we are almost finished. We just have some loose ends to tighten up, then we've got to clean everything out. Just wanted to explain what we have here. 24 by 44. It's an apartment on the left side, a garage on the right side. When we poured this slab, we had 2 inches of foam underneath to make it a really tight, super insulated building when they're going to finish off the apartment. But we've got all the glass in, shingled roof is done. This project is $59,000. Today's price, right? Today. Who knows what it'll be in a week, but that's what it is right now. Let's go take a look inside. Come in. All right. Let's start over in this corner. You can see all the plumbing is roughed in. The bathroom there'll be a wall here, and it comes back here. There'll be a door here to come in. Shower there, toilet there, sink. This is the water supply. There'll be a washer dryer stackable unit over in this area. The rest of the room is going to be wide open. Let me just back up a little more. Lots of light so they can get a good view as well. Beautiful mountain range over there. 8-foot ceilings. This big apartment is 20 feet wide, 24 feet deep. Let's go look in the garage. The door is mostly installed. We haven't finished putting the torsion springs up. Stairs, and Chad, he's hiding around the corner. And there's a floor drain in the center that we put in. It all slopes. Before we had the roof on, it was, of course, raining, and it worked perfectly well. Let's go upstairs. Away we go. Just to give you an idea of the size, it's finished off 9 feet wide, 24 feet that away. You can, I'm 5'10" or so I bumped my head there, but you can stand up across here. Excellent place for storage. We'll spin this around now. You can see over the apartment are trusses. They wanted that so that they could get a good amount of insulation in there and just make that room really tight. I have my autographed plywood here. I think I showed that on another video. In 100 years from now, it'll be interesting to see what they have to say about it. So we just have to clean up, finish the garage door, and we're out of their hair. They can move in, do what they want. So I appreciate you watching. I think this is the eighth video of this build. There's just a lot to it, so we did it in 8 videos. You can check all the other ones right from start of putting the forms down to where we're at right now. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit that like button, and there's a bell you can tap that does something, and make a comment. Thank you.